What's up, and welcome to Unspoken Conversations. I'm James Crow, and here we talk about issues and situations that are in plain sight. Things that people hate to talk about, but it needs to be said, from relationships, families, friends, and life. Our goal is to shed light and understanding so that just maybe we can start to rebuild relationships, families, and ultimately, our communities. What's up, guys, and welcome back. In this episode, I want to talk about this whole 4B movement. My thoughts on this 4B movement is this is a little bit dangerous. This is dangerous, and I'll get into why in a minute. My thoughts is this is one of those things that you see a lot of radical feminists doing. Radical feminists. And it's, in my opinion, this is what happens when women deal with a certain one or two or a few men. And then they take that shit out on all men, blame all men for those few things that they've gone through. So if you take this woman and that woman and this woman and that woman, and they all have gone through a little bit of something with a few men, just a few men. Each one has dealt with a few men and gone through something with a few men. They all get together and they all say all men are like this based on the few men that you dealt with, right? And there's some women, some feminists, some radical feminists who will blame all men just because they don't like men. Now, that's a different story. We're not going to get into that. But here's what I think is going on here. Here's what scares me. I ain't gonna say it scares me, but it bothers me to think about. There's things that a man will do for a woman based on the benefit and the potential that the woman has for being in his life. So the reason that a man will go to work and bust his ass and work his fingers to the bone is to be able to be beneficial to a woman. But if that woman is not beneficial to him, why would he do it? Why would he keep doing it? Why would a man protect his woman? You get what I'm saying? That's one. In order for him to protect her, she has to be given some type of service back. Think of it like this. Are you going to go above and beyond for your next door neighbor who you've never met? No, you ain't going to be protecting and providing because you'll get no benefit from her. But if you have a woman that you're dealing with, a woman in-house that you're dealing with, it makes perfect sense why you protect and provide for this woman. If that woman was to stop giving you certain benefits, stop giving a man certain benefits, why would he keep protecting, providing, and doing all these provision and all that? Why would he keep doing it? So here's my thing. In my opinion, there's a lot of women who's about to start going through something where men completely disconnect from a lot of women. It's already happening. But if there's so many women who don't understand, they don't see this shit from bigger than what they see. Think about this. Right now, what's going on is women are punishing men. That's all it is. Women are punishing men based on their thoughts and feelings for whatever reason. Whatever reason. If the 4B movement allows women to punish men by withholding sex and withholding having kids and all these things, that's a form of punishment. What that does is that completely wipes out the whole equality. And it creates superiority. Now, you're better. And think about it. Think about what that really means. You're better because you can take away benefits. You can take away what you can provide for somebody else. That means you're better. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to say it, but the words are right there. It's written out. It's just what it is. Now think about this. How big would this thing be if men could punish women? Yeah, think about that. Yeah, it'd be a whole ass problem. There's no way. You can't. Just think about these two words. Punish women. Punish women. Just think about those two words. A lot of y'all tripping right now like, what if you can't say shit like that? Of course you can't. And that's my thing. If women can pull this 4B movement in a way of punishing men and there's no backlash about it, then what the fuck do you mean by equality? How can there be any type of equality if women can punish men, but men can't punish women the same type of way? Imagine the same type of movement from men. Hell no, it wouldn't fucking happen. These men will get fucking blocked, banned, and fired all around the fucking country, if not world, just because you cannot use those words and it not still stand on equality. It just can't happen. It can't happen. So if that's the case, then how can it happen this way from these people, but it can't happen this way from these people? That doesn't make any sense, does it? So Seriously, think about this, ladies. If you're planning on, you know, pitching in on this whole 4B movement, understand what it really means. Understand that there's going to come a time at some point, some of you, not everybody, but there's going to come a time where there's a lot of women out there who's going to go through something, and a man's going to have to sit back and watch. And he's going to say, she's probably one of them radical feminists who don't even like men. So if a man sees another man rob you, still like snatch your purse and run, do you understand now what you're doing? You're going to create an environment for men to be like, I don't care. It's not my woman. You understand that? You don't understand that that's what's coming? If you're at the gas station pumping gas and a man runs up on you and he's like even remotely about to do something to you, talk crazy to you, do you understand that a lot of men now are going to be like, where's that feminist shit now? Where's that I don't need a man shit now? Do you understand that this is the environment that you're creating by punishing men? There's going to be men on the other end of this who says, this is what she opted out for. This is what she did. This is what she wanted. I'm going to give her what she wanted. Now, I don't think I'm not saying that's cool, but I'm saying I can see the end result of this whole 4B thing. And that's what I see coming. I really see that coming. I really see, look at it like this. The reason that I think feminists even exist, now this is going to sound extremely horrible, but follow me on this. The reason that I think feminists can even work is because there's going to always be men willing to stick up for the women. And I'll stick up for my daughters. I'll stick up for the women who I love. I'll fight, go to war, and die behind mine. But understand what that means. As long as men have women in their family, there's going to always be men who will stand up for these women. So if a man is out there attacking women, you have to understand that the men who love these women is going to stand up for women. You understand that? So those men out there who don't give a fuck about women and they want to do something to women, there's going to always be a man that's ready to attack that man for that woman. So for those of you who is withdrawing from men, look what you make yourself, you put yourself out there for that man who don't like women to be closer to him, for him to attack you and do shit. And now your protection then backed up because you are punishing the men who actually love you. I don't think that's smart. Now, if you were single and you ain't got no man and you ain't fucking on nobody, I guess do what you do. That's all up to you. But I ain't talking about y'all. I'm talking about the women who actually have men and they finna try to pull this 4B shit and I ain't sleeping with men and I ain't having babies and I ain't doing this. What you're gonna do is you're gonna opt out of protection and opt out of all the other shit that this man brings to you. You're gonna opt out of all this because you want to follow a movement. I don't think that's very smart. I don't. I really think a lot of women might need to sit back and rethink this whole thing because some of you, to me, stupid. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all, a lot of women are just man haters. And to me, you should
shut up, bitch.
If that's what you want to do, that's on you. But understand what's coming with what you're putting out there. Understand that you're creating an environment for yourself where a lot of people you're putting yourself in a position to be attacked. Imagine feeling like that, thinking like that. Your neighbors know that this is a part of a movement. Just imagine your neighbors know that you're a part of this movement, right? And your next door neighbor sees somebody outside messing with you and one of the guys down the block just talking crazy to you. Your neighbor ain't gonna step up for you. Your neighbor's gonna be like, that's the woman that hates men. She's got it on her car, the 4B thing on her car. She don't like men. Imagine that. Now, something happens to you, you get no protection. You call the police. Let's say a male officer shows up and you got this 4B movement thing all over. You got these little stickers on your car. Imagine what this man must think. Imagine. You have to think that this man knows that you're a feminist or an extreme feminist, a radical feminist. You have to know that this man is going to low-key treat you differently because you think you are superior. So now look what you just did. You just put yourself in an environment for this dude to have the potential to give you less treatment. You get what I'm saying? Less attention, less protection. Look what you just did. I don't know, man. I don't know. To me, it's not smart. It's not smart. There is such a thing as men who will live and die for the damsel in distress. Will get out there and do whatever it takes to make sure a woman is right. As soon as he hear a woman, here comes Superman. Those women do exist, and those men do exist. But the moment you start opening up this window for this whole 4B shit, man, a lot of those men who would spring into action to help a woman in danger just on the side of the road or whatever, they gonna keep driving. Why? There's no reason for this man. You got to understand that to a man, there are certain things that's bad behavior. There's to women too. But you got to understand, if men see this all over the country, women doing this whole 4B shit, and a man drives past a woman, sees her on the side of the road, and she's jacking up car, and she look like she's about to hurt herself with this car, you have to understand that man's going to be like, sorry about your luck. Should have had a man. Y'all don't see this shit? Y'all don't see that you're literally killing what any type of protection you have from the rest of the men in the world. You're throwing that away, trying to put together a movement that's going to. It takes two people to have sex. It takes two. Both parties have to want it. If you take it off the table and this person still wants it, look, you don't want it, then fuck it. So don't you think that by taking it off the table, you're punishing yourself more than you're punishing the dude? Just think about that. For every woman who's part of the 4B movement, don't you think there's another woman who's not? Don't you don't think about that? I mean, for real. To me, that's goofy. Like,
what's the matter with you?
I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of us men,
We do not care.
better get together. Because there's going to always be somebody else who can take your place. And even if a man ain't willing to replace you, don't you think he's going to go talk to Susie Cusey and get some work from somebody else? Y'all better chill, man. I don't know. Do what you do. Do what you want. I don't care. I'm just telling you, from my opinion, I don't think the 4B movement is I don't think it's a wise choice. I'm just saying, look at it like this. If the whole 4B movement stemmed from somebody wanting women to stop having sex with random people, random dudes, stop having multiple babies, right? And wanted women to stop just deleting babies, period. Like if this whole movement started from those few things right there, don't you understand that you're literally giving them what they wanted? If that's where it came from, if that's what it really was, don't you understand that you're literally giving them what they wanted? You don't see that? If they said, women, stop deleting babies, but now you're really willing to stop having babies, that's exactly what they wanted. If they wanted women to stop having random hookups, and stop sleeping with random men, just stop being hoes, and you're willing to take sex off the table, you're giving them what they wanted. I'm just saying. You get what I'm saying? I mean, really think about it. That's exactly what it is. You're doing the job for them. You're just doing it the clean way. So by all means, I'm for the movement. Yeah. 4B movement, I'm with it. For those of you who have something to say, go ahead, put it in the comments. Say what you think. And then we can have another episode about it. I can put together another group with me and a woman and see what she has to say about it. But I don't think that's smart. I don't think it's wise. Till next time, have a good night.
They are so full of the cap, man.